Finally, the truth is out, my country people. You will be shocked. Godwin Emefiele refuses to go down alone. See what he exposed to the DSS that caused Bawa's predicament, my country people. Everywhere don't scatter. Before now, we've known that yes, Tinubu have suspended the EFCC chairman, Abdulrasheed Bawa. And we've been hearing stories on how, he has been having some clashes with the former governor of Zamfara State. Yes, they were engaged in a series of clashes where the former governor had accused Mr. Bawa of, wanting to take bribe from him. And I can tell you that it was a very weighty allegations. You see, Bawa and the immediate past governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, were locked in a battle of words. They were throwing weighty accusations and allegations against each other. The EFCC said the former governor Matawale was being investigated over an alleged 70 billion naira fraud. And then the former governor in turn also accused Bawa of demanding the sum of a $2 million bribe, an allegation which Abdulrasheed Bawa had denied. But now I can tell you that Godwin Emefiele have decided to expose all Bawa's dirty deeds. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The Nigeria suspended Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele has been detained by the country's security service for alleged involvement in a Naira redesign scam that also implicated the suspended chairman of the anti-corruption body, the Economic and the Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Abdulrasheed Bawa. Emefiele had been criticized for printing and lending money to the Nigerian central government, which added heavily to the country's high inflation, which stood at 22% in April. He had also maintained multiple exchange rates for the Naira, which caused severe dollar shortages and a weak currency. Sources within the DSS told Sahara reporters that Emefiele and Bawa are being interrogated over various allegations of corruption and abuse of office, especially the controversial Naira redesign policy that caused chaos and hardship for Nigerians earlier this year. And according to the sources, Emefiele claimed that Bawa was behind the memo that the former president Muhammad Buhari approved in November 2022 to introduce new Naira notes in denominations of 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira to phase out the old ones from January 31st, 2023. And the policy was widely seen as a ploy to some powerful elements in the presidency to frustrate the presidential ambition of Bola Tinubu, the candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC), who was suspected of having huge cash reserves in his warehouse. However, Bawa denied Emefiele's allegation and accused him and the former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, of pressuring him to write the memo because they were afraid of Tinubu's financial muscle. And the sources said that Bawa was invited by the DSS on Wednesday night around 9 p.m. and grilled for several hours. And his invitation came shortly after he was suspended indefinitely by President Tinubu, who took over from Buhari in May 29th, and Tinubu said he suspended Bawa to allow a thorough investigation into his conduct following weighty allegations of abuse of office against him. A statement issued by the Director of Information, the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Willie Bassi, on Wednesday confirmed Bawa's suspension, and Emefiele, on the other hand, was also arrested by the DSS on Monday and flown from Lagos to Abuja for interrogation. He was also suspended by President Tinubu on Tuesday pending the outcome of the investigation and the planned reforms of the financial sector. And a statement by Bassey said that Emefiele was directed to hand over his office to the Deputy Director Operations Directorate, who will act as the central bank governor until further notice. And before now, reports have, came to us that how Emefiele defied a Supreme Court ruling that declared the old Naira notes a legal tender until December 31st and caused Nigerians untold sufferings due to the scarcity of the new Naira note. And then the CBN was unable to meet the demands for the new Naira note. And many people resorted to using electronic transfers or foreign currencies. And I can tell you that the excuse that Emefiele gave them was there were not enough papers to print more money. That is why we had the Naira scarcity. And Sahara reporters had reported how Emefiele was shielded by the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo, who provided soldiers to guide his residence and office when the DSS attempted to arrest him in February. And the DSS has said it intensified its investigations into Emefiele's involvement in terrorism, financing and fraud. And Emefiele, who served as a governor of the bank for 9 years, was removed from his post last Friday evening by the Nigeria's recently installed President Bola Tinubu, who came into power. And I can tell you that on Friday evening, his office said Emefiele had been suspended as a part of an ongoing investigation of his office and the planned reforms in the banking sector. And you see, the economic analysis expected a series of changes at the central bank, including a gradual devaluation of Naira and a unified exchange rate. And Bawa's involvement in the purported scam has also tarnished his reputation as a young and a dynamic anti-corruption crusader. He was appointed as the head of the EFCC in February by the former president Muhammad Buhari, and now Bawa had vowed to fight corruption without fear, without favor, and he launched, several high-profile investigations against politicians and businessmen. Even Tinubu himself faced several, allegations of corruption and electoral fraud. He also took over a series of serious economic challenges, including record debt and shortages of foreign exchange currencies, a weak Naira note, and also high inflation. So my country people, now so the matter they be o, now so the matter just they be, my country people. It gets as this matter they go. So you see, Emefiele has exposed all the dirty deeds of the EFCC chairman Abdulrasheed Bawa. So guys, what are your thoughts concerning this? I know most people would say that his arrest was unlawful, his arrest was unconstitutional, he wasn't issued any arrest warrant, he wasn't informed of the offences which he committed. Some have even alleged that the federal government are trying to frame him for what he did not do. So guys, what are your thoughts concerning this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you. Bye for now.